Thank you so much to the channel members that are supporting the channel. If you guys want to support the channel yourselves, you can start with as little as 99 cents a month. Now, open your eyes. You are now in a deep slumber, dreaming peacefully of an island named... When you wish to awaken from this dream, you need only lie down in this bed. I will take care of the rest. And with that, may your dream of be a sweet one. Alrighty. Hello there everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Crafty Simmer, and today we are doing a Halloween themed stream diary. So I did pick out a few islands that have a spooktacular theme or just kind of a horror type of build all in general. And today we are beginning with the infamous Aika Village. And now, I'm just going to say that Akka Village in Nakia Village, this is kind of a major downgrade from the original one, but well, not the original, but basically it feels like a downgrade from the New Leaf version that just was spooky, but that's due to resolution and stuff. And Animal Crossing New Horizons has much better graphics than the original. But Nakia Village is a story-driven island that kind of tells you the story of a young girl named Akka. Now this island's in Japanese, and I've been trying to search up translations for it, but to my understanding though, this follows a girl's journey from a happy life into a descent of madness by the looks of it. So this first house here represents the original house of which Aika used to live in. And when we go in, and basically this house is meant to be the birthday. This is kind of where everything all starts. And I mean, all these rooms in this island, they're meant to interpret something different throughout the story. And I mean, I can read the translations that I do have on this island, as this island is actually kind of a really cool one and is worth the visit. For example, I don't even know what what the apples mean in this room. And I mean, it's such a, I think this island, it's kind of a cool place, and I mean, even though it is a much stronger impact in New Leaf than it is here in New Horizons. Now, I've actually read something regarding this cat, and how this cat's representation is something of a longing or a return for the cat or something like that. Like I said, this island's actually kind of really cool in terms of how it tells a story and its interpretations of how things are in, basically in this girl's life. So, if we head upstairs, though, this is going to be the little girl's playroom. So this is where the little girl used to play. And this is a doll that she received for her birthday. And I mean, now I'm just kind of giving you the general consensus of the story and how kind of like, and kind of like how like the story goes in, like how I've understood it, how I've interpreted it. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong, I do think that the original island, well, that the New Leaf Island, is a lot stronger. Unfortunately, due to everything being in Japanese, I won't be able to talk to any of the villagers. Mostly just due to the fact that I wouldn't really even understand. And I mean, it looks like they even made some changes to the island by the looks of it. I mean, they have the cotton candy. Looks like we have presents here too. Because, and I know that this is recent because the cotton candy just, oh no, I wanted to open it. It's a nose drip. Huh. They're all nose drips. Okay, interesting. And then another... and then there was something regarding the frogs. Now, if we go ahead and we take a look at the map here. The map here is... You can all see that there's like a bunch of frogs here. And, I mean, the frogs have their own, like, meaning on the island. This island took a beating, yo. Okay, let's go check out this house now. I believe this is kind of regarding the frogs and the science and, it's just some... Yeah, this is a science lab. And this is, like, kind of like a really creepy place. Because then, like, there's, like, a bunch of experiments. There was something that I did read on the Beltree forums regarding one's interpretation of like, I believe it's in this house specifically. There is a room that is full of, like, tables and chairs, and it's basically like this big feast looking space. And to what I have been, and according to this Beltree theory, yeah, like this is like the evolution and stuff, and we have all these frogs here. Oh my god. So creepy. I'm not gonna, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, like, the HD kind of makes it lose its, like, kind of takes off the creepy points, but, like, there is still some, like it still has charm to it. Like, there is still significant charm to this place, and, you know, and I mean, like, considering the fact that it's quite infamous for being kind of like this creepy island. Yeah. This is so cool, though. Oh, I love that little poster of Cap'n and the Senryo character. That's in the game. I did not know that. I want to order one myself now that I know that that's there. That's so cute. Okay. But this place is meant to be like this really kind of freaky place, and it's like trying to tell you a story of like this doll that kind of has its soul for itself. This is like an incubator. Oh, it's because they're tadpoles. These are like heat lamps to keep them warm. Oh my gosh. And it's so like happy-go-lucky, and then this room here, it's like dark and scary. And all the other rooms are all just kind of like happy and go lucky and cute. these are one of these, it's one of those islands where you definitely want to go through and kind of see everything. I mean, I'll say once again that this island is known for being kind of freaky to look at, and I mean, it's also as well very confusing as well. Especially for us that don't speak the language that this creator's in. But it's still like a very enjoyable walk around, and I mean, we'll get to those shoes in a moment. And I mean too, not like that, but because we could have more villagers and stuff, they were able to like further expand it. And so now there's even more things that I don't understand because I can't read Japanese. So, yeah, that's kind of where we're at. And then, like, this is like a science-y space. There's like an astronaut, I believe, that lives around here. This is Rebot's home. Yeah. It's like, this place is kind of cool, and also too there is like the Rast village, and it has like a rank and stuff. And I believe that there are translations available for that. If so, I will leave it down in the description below for anyone who's kind of interested in Nakia Village. Or Akka. I can't even remember anymore. Okay. This is the house I was thinking of. The house that has, like, creepy things in it. This house is kind of freaky. So this is actually kind of like a greenhouse area. And there is somewhere in here in which the greenhouse is, doing something. Now this is actually in relation to the shoes that you saw on the beach, but we will get there when we get to the beach because we're not there quite yet. That's kind of the end of the story. And like, it's just kind of crazy. And also too, you guys could notice too, like, they've had like blocked off certain parts and pieces to these houses as well. Over here is kind of like this farm space where they feed the animals and stuff. And then if we go up here, this is the room that's kind of messed up. And according to a Beltree form, there's theory. Okay, this is the right room. Alright, so anyways though, back to what I was trying to say though. In this room here, you guys can see there's like toilets, and it's kind of like this feast-looking area. To what I have read on forums and all that fun stuff, is that this place is actually where they would force feed. They would force feed and then purposely make them use the toilets so that way then they can make manure for the farm and the greenhouse down below. Which I kind of think is super, well, I mean, not only is it gross and yucky, but it's just, yeah, it's kind of, it's gross. And then that's a race village. Yeah, it makes it hard though if I can't read anything, which I mean definitely impacts kind of how like we see this place and how we see the story. Like, in my opinion, it definitely does kind of impact it a little bit, and I just kind of wish there was more, like, more of a translation that was readily available. Because, like, I mean, there's a lot for New Leaf and stuff. But I haven't been able to find much of anything else, which is super weird. So we're gonna head up here now. This is their museum. Which, I mean, okay, I'm actually kind of happy for the fact that we actually do get a chance to enjoy their museums and stuff, and we actually get to see, like, how much they've actually completed. Okay, so in 2 of these houses, I think we're going to go over here first. One of the easier ways to kind of understand the story, specifically in the New Leaf version, is how they when everything starts off, it's all green, it's all happy, and then as things progress further and further, things get worse and worse. And now we're back in Akka's home. Akka's home has definitely seen better days. So let's go ahead, let's walk around. Looks like Akka actually locked up the doll in here. The doll because, in this, well, as the story to what I have understood, the story is that the doll, is that Akka can actually speak to the doll. And she can understand the doll. And then eventually the doll becomes so jealous and only wants Aika to herself. Yep, here's the worship room. Kind of creepy. And basically becomes obsessed with Aika and wants to become Aika, actually. If I do recall, I mean, this has been a few years now, but I'm trying to remember everything here. So, I think in this room, what's happening is that she's trying to bribe the parents. And that's before the eventual slaughtering of the parents. Because as the doll becomes more obsessed and angry, she decides to go out and commit a massive massacre of her parents and basically chopping them up and murdering them. See, like I said, I think the biggest thing about this island is just how, a lot of the things don't... It's hard to walk around and understand, but I also think, though... But to what I've read, too, though, the creator has meant for a way to kind of let you kind of figure it out on your own. And, I mean, like I said, this is a really cool island, and, I mean, the patience that this person must have had for it was just crazy. And now, if you guys are interested in further investigation and exploring this island, once again, everything will be in the description down below. Aika Village is definitely one of those islands that you have to visit. And its spookiness and just kind of how it goes. And I mean, like I said before, I haven't been able to understand the entire story from finish to end. Just because it's hard to kind of follow along and figure it out. But I do kind of want to talk about the shoes. And kind of the end, because to my understanding, eventually Aika descends into madness and ends up taking her own life by walking into the ocean and essentially drowning. And then, to my understanding again, Aika actually... I think it's just a homage to the original game. Well, not the original, New Leaf, because that's kind of where you wake up. But yeah, it's the beach, the shoes on the beach here, they are meant to, represent that, and basically Aika walked into the ocean and tried to basically unalive herself. And I mean, like I said, this is a really cool island that you guys definitely need to explore yourselves and kind of figure out and understand the creepy story here. Now keep in mind that, yeah, it's a little laggy due to everything that's on here, but I mean, I think it's a pretty cool island if you guys come by and enjoy it. Let's actually see, because I know there's been some updates since the last time I was here. Yeah, it's still all in, yeah, there still is no English translations, which is fine. So anyways, though, we are gonna go back, and we are going to go on to our next dream. You are now in a deep slumber, dreaming peacefully of an island named Underworld. When you wish to awaken from this dream, you need only lie down in this bed. I will take care of the rest. And with that, may your dream of the Underworld be a sweet one. Alrighty, here we are. We're now actually moving on to our next dream here, which is actually called the Underworld. And I believe this I believe this dream is actually based on the 7 sins. And so, like, each of them all have, like, their own space and representation of what they all mean. And I mean, it was just kind of like an island that I kind of wanted to check out and just kind of wander around and see what it was all about, because, I mean, it sounded cool. Oh, this is Limbo. Okay. So this is where, yeah, and then 2 is Lust. And we have all of the Lust. Things of romance, flowers, things of that sort. Number 3 is Gluttony. Gluttony obviously is about food and... Oh, I love this cake. That's adorable. Now I know we're in hell, but seriously though, super cute. And then we can even spin this thing around. That's amazing. And I mean, yeah, like, this is actually a really cool island, not gonna lie. I'm pretty happy with it. Okay, moving back. Continuing on. And then we would have, like, a toilet at the end here. This is obvious. This is the sin of greed. Wealth and gold, all the money you could ever imagine. That's amazing. Like, this is actually a really cool island. Like, I'm really impressed with how this island looks. Alright, moving on to the next sin, which is wrath. And I guess this is more of, like, the violence and kinds of stuff like that. War, by the looks of it. Like, I can definitely see how, like, this would be a representation of war. And I'm definitely feeling a bit of lag here too, due to everything that's here. But I mean, once again, though, it's pretty awesome. Hearsay. So I guess this is like... I mean, obviously, like, what hearsay stands for. I mean, look at all these people that are being burned. Beautiful costumes, though. Not gonna lie. Oh, and here is a place that actually isn't that laggy, and that's a violence. Oh, so downstairs wasn't... Okay. But I'm actually really happy with how this like how this works. Fraud. Like, I actually am really happy with how this island is, though. Because, like, I can actually understand and I can follow the path. And I mean, once again, just accessibility because of language. But this actually is a pretty cool island. Treachery. Okay. Another sin. Let's move on down. Honestly, this looks like just another thing of violence by the looks of it. I mean, these are basically beheaded people, to my understanding. It's all beheaded. Like, everyone's beheaded down here. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of spooky down here, too. Like, everything is really spooky down here, and I'm kind of loving it. And then we're just gonna walk through. This is... I'm not quite sure what this represents. But I mean, though, once again, this is, like, a really cool looking island. Like, I'm not mad. Like, this is actually a pretty cool looking island. And now I just have to get through here again. Because there are some spaces I did see that we haven't been able to look at yet, which I do kind of want to look at before we carry on. Because there's so much going on. Oh, satanic circle, I see. She looks to be some sort of like bride. Ooh. Okay. I really like when people are able to be this creative. Like, I could never. Let alone, I can only imagine just the hours that they put into this. Like, this is insanity. But it's pretty cool, though. Like, we cannot deny how cool this looks. And all of its spooky imagery and how it just, like, even just the little, like, graveyards and stuff. Like, this is such a cool island. Like, this is really a cool island. I wonder if this island is just one of those things that, like, the person built. And then once they were done with the island, they, like, flattened it and started over again, because that's one of the perks about not starting your island all over well, just, like, not flattening your island and doing it all over again. Which, because, yeah, I mean, with everything that's now happening because of the new updated stuff, a lot of people are debating, and I mean, I'm one of those people that she's planning to keep her Island of Primrose, mostly because of all the hours that I put into, like, doing the things, well, doing everything that I have collected so far. Like, those festive decorations were awful to pull. Awful. And I don't want to do that ever again, because that was just not fun. I am lost. So, we'll go ahead and we'll start on with the next stream there, guys. We are now in a deep slumber, dreaming peacefully of an island named Azurebay. Alright, so this is our last island for today's video, and I mean, okay, so basically what I was told to expect was that this was going to be kind of like a, what is it? But it looks like though they're actually, like, redesigning it by the looks of it. Which, I mean, isn't a bad thing, but... But dude, you're ready for Christmas. Happy Halloween? What? I feel this energy right over here. I feel all this energy. Like this. These flowers on the, or as I like to call it, like legit flower birth control. Because then we'd stop getting flowers everywhere. I mean, are we still gonna walk around and enjoy this island? Yes. I think so far, I think to what I've seen, this is a pretty cool island. Kinda sad that things kinda changed though, but you know what? That's okay. Initially, I picked out a few islands that were on Google that said they had a very good Halloween theme. And this is not what I was expecting, but that's okay. We'll make it work, you know? Yeah. They're in December now by the looks of it. So it definitely looks like that they were in the middle of doing an update to their island, which I mean, like I said, isn't all bad. I mean, I still think this island looks really cute, despite kind of being mildly disappointed that it got changed during, like, between when that post was posted and now. But that's okay. Like, you can definitely see they were working on updating this island to some degree. Now, I mean, could it have been possible that maybe they stopped playing at some point? Totally. Yeah, 100%. Hence why we see all the flowers, we see a bunch of pumpkins just hanging out here. I'm kind of seeing more of like a cottagecore vibe happening now. But I mean, I guess that's just how the island is, and I mean, that's okay. I'm actually pretty happy that we decided to just kind of take a walk around and just kind of enjoy what they have, at least. Oh yeah. Look at this. They were definitely doing some changes. That's okay. I'll cast a spell on you. Who actually owns this island? Lavender. And that's lavender right there. So most definitely, yeah. That's what I'm seeing. But that's okay. I mean, at least we got to come here, see the island. Despite the fact that it wasn't exactly what we were hoping for, but, you know, it happens. It happens when you do research on the internet and then it just kind of, like, isn't the same thing as it was originally. So I guess we're just gonna go ahead here and actually end the video, as I wasn't anticipating this. But that's okay. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this part, don't forget to leave a thumbs up, and if you have not yet hit that subscribe button, well, what are you doing? Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, become part of the Crafty Squad today, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye there, guys.